Hello, hello, welcome back. Today I'll be watching Sopranos, and I think it's season 2, episode 9. I'm so like, I want to know what's happening with Christopher. Like, I couldn't record after the last episode, and it's been a couple of days, so this is like a problem in my mind, and I just want to know the answer, and I'm worried, and I have a hard time guessing where this is going, so I just want to start watching, honestly. If you like it, make sure to like and subscribe. You can find the full reactions and edited versions on Patreon and everything 2 weeks ahead. Alright, let's go! Oh man, with that music it almost seems lighter, but damn.
Gismonte with a G.
The kid who died, right?
Never saw him hanging out with your buddy, Christopher? I thought you'd want to help your friend.
They're like, yeah, we'll help our friend, alright, thanks.
2 days already. I thought they were gonna move him.
Oh, he's here!
Oh, I don't know what I would do, Uncle Rich. I love him so much.
He's gonna make it.
Oh man, he must feel so awkward.
Well, you know, Ralphie has had this Brazilian grandma for years.
She's a dancer, right?
She just gave birth to Ralph's baby.
Oh, ooh.
I love you, Tony. I don't want anybody getting hurt.
Aw.
Not me, not the kids, not you.
Carmela, I can't do one of these tearful things till 5 o'clock in the morning tonight. I just can't. Not tonight.
Oh, okay, his emotional cup is full.
The Brazilian he keeps on the side, she had a baby. Maybe it has to do with the CK1 stinking up your shirt last Wednesday night.
It's over months ago.
Yeah, right. If you're gonna keep doing what you do, then at the very least, I want you to get a vasectomy.
Wow.
Do you have any idea what a bastard child would do to this family? The shame your children would feel? You're putting us all at risk.
She's not like just mad about the cheating. She's like, okay, if you need to do it, whatever, but don't make babies, but like...
Hey, I had her tested for AIDS. What do you think I am?
Okay, so she doesn't have AIDS, great, but she still might get pregnant, like, if you're not careful. Oh man, what an awkward situation. Tony. I have to admit that I also had said to my husband, I was like, if you ever cheat, don't cheat. But like, if you ever do, be safe, don't get as ill, don't make a baby. Like, please, don't throw that on top of it.
Code blue, ICU 3.
Oh no.
No! Oh my God, Chrissy! Oh, he's gonna die!
Oh man. Oh, she should not have to see that. Oh, he cannot die. Like, this is agony.
So it stopped. Well, we gotta stay positive, right?
Okay.
We gotta give him that.
Positive vibes only.
Dude, who says that? Who says that in this occasion? Like, oh my god, I'll be like, positive vibes only. It's not an Instagram post.
Gentle and merciful Lord Jesus, I want to speak to you now with an open heart, with an honest heart.
Oh.
We have chosen this life in full awareness of the consequences of our sins.
Yeah, now it's time for those consequences.
I ask you humbly to spare him, and if it is your will, I ask that you deliver him from blindness.
Oh, losing a character in a show is rough already if they got shot or something, but like seeing everybody be sad and that moment of like, how is it gonna go? I feel like we've all had that moment where you're waiting for news and it's just, oh.
He was resuscitated, the bleeding was brought under control, and he's now in stable condition.
Woo!
What was the duration of the arrest?
The worst is over, but he was clinically dead for about a minute.
It seems long. Does that do damage to your brain?
He asked twice for you and Mr. Soprano.
Wow. Oh, is that pain meds? I remember those from giving birth. Oh, it hurts. It still hurts. I think you can only have one every 15 minutes though.
Hey.
Just keeps pressing it.
I know you're mad at me. What are you talking about? I'm not mad at you. Nobody's mad at you.
What an awful feeling to wake up to.
I'm going to hell, T. I saw the tunnel and the white light. I saw my father in hell. And the bouncer said that I'd be there too when my time comes.
Yikes. But like, is that a surprise?
Mikey Palmici and Brendan Fallone were there too. And then Mikey gave me a message for both of you. Tell Tony and Paulie 3 o'clock. This fucking morphine drip, I don't think it's working. I don't feel a fucking thing.
I think you can press it as much as you want, but I think it will only give a drip 15 minutes. Because otherwise you would...
Mikey, 3 o'clock? What was he wearing?
The relevancy.
That was a dream. Forget about it, okay?
take you home soon.
Seems like he's gonna make it.
Do they know that this kid likes his chemistry set a little too much? He's in pain. The fuck else they gonna do?
His chemistry set.
What time was the Mikey hit?
What the fuck do I know? You were there, weren't you?
He's really thinking that he's a real message, which is interesting.
Have they found the person that shot him yet? I'm not trying to pry into that part of your life. I know our deal, but I've heard you say before that you love this young man.
Yeah, that's true.
Christopher was
Is
clinically dead. For about a minute. Says he visited hell. And they told him he'd be back permanent. Bullshit, it was a dream.
it must make them think like they're all going to hell.
Do you think he'll go to hell?
No, he's not the type that deserves hell.
What?
Who do you think does?
The worst people.
This is so interesting.
Who kill people for pleasure. The cannibals. The degenerate bastards that molest and torture little kids. And those are the evil fucks that deserve to die. Not my nephew.
What about yourself?
What about you?
Yes, I was wondering.
Hell? You been listening to me?
I ain't no baby killer.
We're in a situation where everybody involved knows the stakes. And if you're gonna accept those stakes, you gotta do certain things. It's business. We're soldiers. We follow codes. Orders.
Interesting, right? How he set this up to be okay.
When America opened the floodgates and let all us Italians in, what do you think they were doing it for? Because they were trying to save us from poverty? No, they did it because they needed us. But some of us didn't want to swarm around their hive and lose who we were. We wanted to stay Italian and preserve the things that meant something to us. Honor and family and loyalty.
You can have all those things without your business.
But what do poor Italian immigrants have to do with you? And what happens every morning you step out of bed?
What the fuck is this all of a sudden?
I'm just asking a question.
She was getting quite firm there.
You pick now to act like Betsy fucking Ross. When my nephew's in a fucking hospital, he might not get out.
Aww.
What, 3 o'clock again?
Quiet.
Oh, this is really messing him up.
My wind chimes?
It's a problem. You guys, this 3 could be AM or PM. For me, 3 would be AM. And then 15 would be PM. Which at least narrows it down so the poor guy could get some sleep. Let the poor guy sleep. He almost died.
I tell you, I'm still baffled by this 3 o'clock thing, though.
I wish I had more for you, Paulie, but that's all he said.
It would have been great if he even had forgotten. I was like, what did I say about 3?
Was it hot?
Yeah, I don't know.
You went to purgatory, my friend.
This is so interesting to see them all like think about this. And
How long do you think we gotta stay there?
You add up all your mortal sins and multiply that number by 50. Then you add up all your venial sins and multiply that by 25. And that's your sentence. I figure I'm gonna have to do about 6,000 years before I get accepted into heaven.
wait, so if you calculate, how many crimes is that for him?
Was I insensitive? And perhaps, did I do it deliberately?
God, her psychiatrist must be like, damn. Every time she speaks with him, she needs to speak with somebody else about it to recover.
I've been drinking alone.
Oh my God, this is so odd and sad.
I'm not challenging your ability or professionalism or even your ethics.
Then what are you challenging?
What you hope to achieve with this man.
Which is a good question.
I'm living in a moral never land with this patient. Not wanting to judge, but to treat. But now, I've judged. I took a position, goddammit, and I'm scared.
I don't think he's thinking too much about that because he has so much going on with Christopher and his wife and all of that. I feel like, I don't know, the fact that she at one point is like, what about you? Is a fair thing that maybe he also could see coming from far away.
I think he knows. He's been looking at me different, these glances. We had sandwiches brought in the other night. 4 with ham, salami, gabagool, 1 eggplant, and the other with tomato and mozzarella. There were only 5 of us. But Tony said he ordered the eggplant, but I did, and I know for certain he ordered the tomato mozzarella.
Somebody's overthinking.
He let me eat the eggplant and he took the tomato. But there was a moment.
A glance.
Yeah, fucking glance.
It's funny because everybody's thinking that Tony's thinking about them, but I really feel like he isn't. We'll see.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, to you.
Hey, Sal, I wasn't the one selling heroin, okay? And I wasn't the one who got pinched for it.
Oh man, I hate to be in his position. He's constantly being like, faced with the fact that he's with his back against the wall.
So what do I do?
Do what you do to a girl that you want to fuck. Make him love you.
He's like, I never need to make them love me, I just... I don't know. What is this? Love.
What do you want for breakfast?
You don't wake up till lunch, Mom.
Tomorrow I'll get up early.
Oh no. Damn, if I almost died and I would think my mom wouldn't be there because she's still asleep, I would feel really bad.
I want to tell you something, Christopher. The other night when your heart stopped, I walked down the hall to an empty room and I prayed to Jesus to spare you. And that if he would spare you, I asked that he grant you vision so that you can see the way to Christ clearly.
Yeah, so?
Not impressed.
You saw something. Something that none of us have ever seen.
I didn't see Jesus.
Tony said that you saw Jesus smiling and he took you to see your father in heaven and,
Oh, nee.
I was in hell, Carmela. My father was in hell, and they said that's where I'd go when it's my time.
Oh, Tony fluffed it up.
You have to look at this experience as an opportunity to repent. You were blessed with a second chance.
I think I would believe that as well. If this happened and you're like, okay, I'm gonna change my ways. That some people need that dramatic moment to, you know, get on the right path.
It is not too late for you, Christopher, if you pray. Will you pray?
He's completely out of it.
How was he?
Fine. Same.
He lied to her, but it was with good intention. So how do you feel about it? I don't know.
So what, we're not talking now?
I said what I have to say, Tony.
There's an orange. This is the Godfather.
You gotta prove it to yourself first, Tony. And God.
Well, you're only religious when it suits you.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
And even if that were true, that's a mean thing to say, like in a moment of hardship.
The Pope doesn't even believe in Trojans, and you want me to get snipped. Well, whatever's down here, it's God's creation.
Ah, don't do that. Woo.
Isn't it a sin to undo the good work he's done?
Well, you should know. You made a living of it.
Ooh.
Look what I made that living for. Hmm?
Oh, boy.
What the fuck are you doing to yourself?
Tony, leave him alone.
I'm supposed to get a vasectomy when this is my male heir?
Oh, my God. Don't say stuff like that.
Come back here and apologize.
What a move. This is so sad. He didn't even have any reaction. He's just empty.
You're dragging me to hell.
Paulie, you had a nightmare, honey.
Mommy.
Come here, baby.
Oh no.
It's okay, sweetheart. I'm putting up the bed, and I'm going home to sleep. I don't need to keep everyone up with this.
How sweet he is.
You need to talk to someone who deals with this kind of thing professionally.
Oh, a therapist.
His name is Cullen. He's a psychic.
Oh.
He said Johnny is here, and I told him I didn't know any Johnnies. But then he said, well, one arm is shorter than the other. Does that mean anything to you? Ronnie. It was Ronnie.
Stuff like that intrigues me. Like, I don't believe in it, but I'm like, what do they say to make this work and make people believe? Is it just that you want to believe so much that you listen? What's going on with that?
Tackle Bonnie State Park.
Bevelak was there?
$20, baby.
Haha, good news for him.
Are you telling me that's who you are, or that's who he is?
Oh, God.
Right.
The spirit put him on hold.
He says you found his body.
Oh, my God.
He's sorry.
See, but like, that's so specific.
Gregory, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Line's not clear.
He can't hurt you. You don't have to be afraid.
I'm getting freaked out.
Charles Pagano.
How the fuck do you know that?
He says he was your first.
Holy hell.
That one's laughing. Poison ivy? He wants to know if it still itches.
Don't fuck with me. Who you been talking to? What the fuck are they saying?
You really want me to say it?
It sounds so real.
Fucking...
Okay, Polly. See, that was so real. Like, when they get away with just saying general stuff and you give them leads, I'm like, okay, that is ridiculous. But sometimes, how can you say you found his body? Stuff like that is so like, it's true or it's not true. You cannot make that guess. Or if they would say, no, I didn't, could you like swing around it and still, I don't know, make it work?
I was ready to write the whole thing off until the psychic mentioned little Sonny Pagano.
Yeah, like saying names and stuff.
He deals only with the dead.
Tony's like, what do I do with this?
You eat steak? If you were in India, you would go to hell for that.
I'm not in India. What do I give a fuck?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. None of this shit means a goddamn thing.
Yeah, if you can eat it in one country but not in the other, then you know that it doesn't make sense. But yeah, interesting. Good argument, I feel like. No sisters allowed on the door.
I'm not hungry.
You mind if I sit here while I eat?
You said some mean things, Tony. Like, come on.
I'm sorry for talking to you the way I did.
It's okay.
It's not okay.
I said it because all the anger and the frustration the last few days, it built up inside me and exploded.
Wow, this is great.
I gotta learn to control my emotions around the people I love. I think you're the same way, you know. And you and me, we react without thinking. That's why I get mad at you. You know, I see myself in you. I couldn't ask for a better son, AJ. And I mean that.
Thanks.
You know what? I like this. He f***ed up real bad, but it takes a strong personality to say, like, I was wrong. This is why it happened, but it's not an excuse. It's just, you know, explaining why it happened, but it's not okay. And I love you so much. And I feel like parents also sometimes mess up, but this is, if you mess up, then at least do this.
Pussy's on the phone. He says it's urgent.
Back to work.
What's going on?
Nothing.
I wonder what it must be like to have him leave and every time wondering if he's gonna kill someone or get killed or gonna cheat.
Give me one.
You don't have to do this. Furio and me are on it.
I want to do this.
Oh, it's personal.
Cut Furio loose. Freeze a crowd.
Wow, that's big trust in him, right? Knowing what we know.
You just take it easy, will you? We just want to talk to you. That's all.
Oh, I don't see this.
You're gonna fucking kill me for something I didn't do.
So scared I'm gonna torture him.
Relax. We just want to talk to you.
If he mentions Uncle Rich...
He said we're being pissed on and disrespected and that we should score points with Richie. But I told him, hey, Rome wasn't built in one day.
He didn't get triggered by the Richie thing.
Come here. Come here, come on.
Aww.
Are you sure nobody else was involved?
He just wants all the info and then it's gonna him anyway.
I'm thirsty.
What can I get you? You want a Fanta?
You want a Fanta?
I mean, you sure you want a diet drink? You don't want something with some sugar in it?
Oh, this is so tense.
You finished? Because that sugarless motherfucker, the last fucking drink you're ever gonna have.
Oh, whoa, that's anger. That's what they say, right? When they find a body, there's such a difference if you find a body where it's just to kill somebody or where there was anger and passion, all of that. Oh, man. They got involved with the wrong crowd and wanted to impress the wrong way and make so many wrong decisions and now they're both dead.
Psychics are heretics and thieves who practice witchcraft. There's no validity to anything he told you.
How did he know? I would be more messed up with that conversation than by what Christopher said.
I should have had immunity to all of this shit. I should have been covered by my donations.
But don't worry, Paul, I'm here.
You've been slacking off on me, and you left me unprotected. I'm cutting you off for good.
So interesting to see the religious struggle for people in the criminal world. I'm also surprised, wouldn't you have one point thought about this? You've been killing and all of that. But yeah, I guess what Tony said, they justify it with all their conversations about it's the business, everybody knows the code, it's just the rules, and then it's all fine. He's just eating meat. Just a giant piece of meat.
Remember the first time you brought me here?
Yeah. Seems like old times.
But it isn't like old times, is it?
How you doing?
Fine. You?
He just killed someone and got steak. Oh, glad that he made it home, right? Oh.
I've been thinking. I'll do it.
You do what?
Snip, snip.
I don't want you to do it, Tony.
No, see, I knew it. She was gonna say that, and I hate when it happens. Like, come on.
No, you want me to do it.
Yes, she wants you to do it. Now he wants to. Now you're like, oh,
so?
like, let him do it.
I started thinking.
Oh, another baby.
Meadow is leaving soon.
Oh, God.
And I may want to have another baby.
I knew it. This is the most predictable conversation of the whole show. And I was like, no, I'm gonna get snipped for sure.
What's behind all this? Ralphie told over this gumar, then a vasectomy, then no vasectomy, and now this.
She wants to make a baby right now. Have we seen this before? I don't even think so. Him actually sleeping with his own wife? The angels are watching. Oh, I always struggle to these end talks because I feel like you have everything that happens in the episode and at the end a few other things happen and I completely forgot what the whole episode was about. Like, I feel like this was really interesting with the focus on them thinking about these very deep things. What is gonna happen to us? Where are we going? are we gonna suffer consequences of what we're doing in this world in the next life? See how they all deal with that differently. It's so interesting how Tony's like, nah. Like, Tony has an explanation for it. He's gonna be fine. And he's thinking about it a little bit in therapy, but he can also stop it, while Paulie like completely off the rails. And then the family aspect is so interesting, because now I'm thinking, like, does she want him to prove it by not getting a vasectomy? That would mean I'm loyal, so I don't need to have a vasectomy because it won't be a problem. I can imagine that in these moments where you're scared to lose someone, you get very much into your religion at that point to find comfort. Your emotions are heightened. You have your kid leaving home soon. That all of that combined mixes in your head and draws you closer to your partner. And also, like, this is a very temporarily moment, right? In 2 months' time, things will go back to normal and he might cheat again. I don't know if life goes a certain way, that because there's certain things that are happening and that you're feeling certain things will normalize again. Although I do feel like with Christopher, for example, if it happens in your own life, it could be like a point, like a crossroads, for example. But I feel like that's not the case for Carmela and Tony right now. I feel like they're gonna go back to how it was. And also the, like, yeah, when a kid leaves the nest, you want another one. You want that closeness. You want that family bond. Oh, I get it. I all get it. How she's acting. And I was just like, oh man, I wish she just would have said, thank you, get a vasectomy, yay. I also get why she's like, don't get it. Prove to me you won't cheat. Difficult. Difficult, difficult, difficult. And then with the boy, it's very interesting to see these maid guys. And they know the rules. And they're very strict and disciplined about it. And then you have the newbies coming around the corner and just wreaking havoc. Is that the word? And they both die. Like, in one episode, both of them are dead. You need a certain way of living to survive in this world. I feel like with Puss, it's so interesting though, because I feel like him and Tony are getting closer, especially because of this moment again. That's gonna end up so bad. I feel like Puss is gonna die. Like, I don't know, like there's no way this is gonna end well. But a show like this, I feel like the only outcome is death, right? Especially after Tony has mistrusted him before, and now he actually should mistrust him. When this is gonna come out, he's in trouble. Like this episode, I'm so scared to say that, because I remember posting, like I'm posting now, right, already, and you guys are commenting, and sometimes I really like an episode, people are like, oh, I really hate this episode, and I'm like, ooh, like I'm scared to go into the public opinion. But then I'm also like, I feel like with a really good show, even the worst episodes might be still good episodes, you know, they're still part of this bigger picture. Yeah, I enjoyed this. I found it very interesting to see everybody thinking and reflecting and all of that on these deeper things. So I did really enjoy this one. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I am always bad at this ad talk, but please like and subscribe, and you can find the full and edited reactions 2 weeks ahead on Patreon. So if you want to watch the next ones already with me, you can. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.